3 matchup of the Chargers franchise mode against the Carolina Panthers. Now, before we begin this game, I would like to show you guys some moves I had made off camera. First off, we have shifted David Njoku over to wide receiver. His ratings are pretty good, and we don't really lose much overall by doing so. We moved Mike Williams over to tight end, which we actually, I think we gain, 5 here, and we lose 5 there. So we're the same overall team, just in different spots. I wanted Williams to go here because I feel like Njoku's more built for a, even though he's 6'4", they're kind of built like relatively the same way. Njoku's only like 26 pounds heavier. But I felt like Mike Williams would be better in the tight end spot than Njoku, so that's why I did that. We got rid of Willie Henry and some other guy that we had that was a free agent pickup. We have Breeland Speaks now. And we traded for Blake Martinez from the Giants, so we have a pretty good 1-2 punch right here. And we now have Kevin King at cornerback. So we basically have a lot of ones. We have a couple ones and 2-round picks, and then we have like a 6th and a 7th, and then we might have a 3. But most of our picks are basically out the window now. But we've upgrade the team, and we're going to head into battle in different uniforms this time around. We're going to be rocking this look right here, and we're going to have the black and primary color shoes. So that'll be the look we're going with today. I went over stats last week after the game, or last game, which was yesterday. But the specific move I made was I traded a Mike Davis, my 3rd string corner, next 5th and this year's 6th for Blake Martinez, and I was able to get Kevin King from the Packers for next to nothing. Same thing with Blake Martinez, or same thing with Kevin King. Today, I think I just said Kevin King. Oh well. So here we go. The Panthers will be kicking off to the Justin Herbert-led offense to begin this game.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he
and the return goes to the 24.
Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Out comes Justin Herbert. 459 yards, 7 touchdowns, no picks. That's in 2 games, guys. So our ground game kind of slowed down last week, but we really haven't had a pass game to really speak of in terms of like the high value numbers.
0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win.
We got Njoku out in the slot now.
This
This is, by the way, an experiment, guys. If Njoku doesn't play well as a wide receiver, or I can never get him open, we'll probably just shift Williams back out to that role. But here's Njoku's chance to prove himself here. Bubble screen to Njoku. Good catch there. Gets us down to 39. Alright. Herbert coming out in empty right now. 5 wide. Looks like he's putting Eckler into motion. Pretty weird thing for him to do, but hey, you know, it's his team, right?
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Slant thrown to Keenan Allen there. 3 for 3 so far for Justin Herbert here. Okay, lining up in shotgun, hands it off to Eckler, who runs it to the left. Jukes. Oh no, he fumbled. And Herbert gets the tackle, thankfully, but that is not the way you wanted to start this game.
Panthers offense, a new man in charge for 2020, a member of the Saints the last
And
couple
this
of years.
is not a good
It's Teddy
position for the
Frankly,
defense to be in already. Teddy Bridgewater, Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey is going to tear us apart, I think.
Can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
All right.
The numbers for
For that person who just joined me in the live stream portion of this, we had the ball first, and Eckler fumbled it on like the 30-yard line or something like that. So the Panthers got a lucky short field, basically, and they were able to take advantage of it. And now it looks like the hometown team here has to come back. Already down 7. This might be a game we're going to have to inflate the numbers for Herbert here, because after a fumble already, we're down by 7. And we really can't afford to get down in any of the games we play.
And they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
Oh wait, actually it was like deep in like their end of the field, I think, is where that fumble happened.
Pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing.
Okay, we're not going to hand it off, unfortunately. I just can't see it working very well since it already kind of hurt us once. Herbert throws it to Henry for a gain of 5 there. So this is already a bad situation for our offense here. I need everyone to kind of send Allen deep. And I might as well have Eckler run a route.
Out of the gun,
Herbert to Eckler here, and I'm going to have him duck out of bounds so he doesn't fumble again.
Past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Lining up in I form here. Sends the fullback in motion, hands it off to Eckler, who gets around the block and does pick up 6 on that play. His first run was a fumble, this one was not. Comes out in a formation that's in the gun package for sure. Looks like he's going to have Njoku slide out to the other perimeter spot. He finds Allen, but Allen is out of bounds. Now, let's see that instant replay and see if Allen was actually out of bounds there. Yeah, he was way out of bounds, unfortunately. Alright, well, that's a fair call, I guess.
Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So
not a great situation for the Chargers right now. Down by 7, and ooh, looks like pass interference there.
A big call coming on third down.
Maybe Herbert knew that, and that's why he threw it there.
They were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over.
Herbert puts Williams into motion.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
Eckler gets down to the 39 now.
The Etor Gross Matos there to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the plate fake to Eckler. It's
Herbert to Eckler, jukes out a man, and gets down to the Panther 28.
11 yards there, first down.
Okay, Chargers line up in shotgun. Herbert flanked by Eckler here. Herbert hands it off to Eckler, who gets down the middle for 2. They're going to say 3, but I know it's for a fact that was 2. Okay, Justin Jackson has now checked into the game. Herbert actually hands it off to Jackson here, who runs it up the middle and then off to the left for a gain of 5. Comes out in shotgun again. Herbert takes the snap, looks, throws it to Taylor Gabriel. Yep, Taylor Gabriel for a touchdown. 5th touchdown for Gabriel on the season.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are
And Tucker kicks the extra point right through the middle. And the Chargers have tied up the game with the Carolina Panthers at 7.
And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
Justin Tucker out here for the kickoff. And a knee hit was taken.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will
Okay, so the Chargers defense now has the entire field to defend instead of just having to try to defend like 30 yards of it. That would definitely change the play calling. And they did gain, it looks like 11 there, and that's a first down. I think that was to Greg Olsen. No, that wasn't to Greg Olsen. Don't know who that was to. And Christian McCaffrey, obviously doing Christian McCaffrey things. Not much we can do about that there. Brought down by Bosa, however, so.
These two teams all tied after one. On second down, McCaffrey.
We couldn't.
At the 46-yard line.
I think that was Kevin King. Cannot stop CMC. No, Desmond King could not stop Christian McCaffrey from getting over the line of scrimmage. He was there, however, so at least he made an effort. And everyone's out wide, so now would be a good time to bring some pressure, I would think.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater.
And incomplete there.
Oh man, for him to be that wide open.
Feel like they're going to probably be calling a pass here, so hopefully the defense calls something that's relatively closer to a pass-oriented type of play. And Bridgewater almost got crashed there. He got really lucky.
It's a Carolina first down on a game.
Yeah, they might be going to CMC here again.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10.
If they don't, we're done. Nope, they drop it.
Down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Bridgewater tried to get it to Robbie Anderson from the looks of it there.
In my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
On second down, Bridgewater again. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And McCaffrey gets stuffed there at the 27 by King and 2 others, I think.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And let's see if we can actually get a block here for the special teams. And we can. And they ran into the kicker. God damn it. Dude, I hate this game. I'm going to break character here a little bit. But why is all of a sudden roughing the kicker happen all the time? It's fucking annoying.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did.
So get down. Get down, number 10. You shouldn't even have the ball right now.
Here at about the 11. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7. But they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he'll be brought down this time.
And this one's kind of a tough call here, but you're definitely going to have to run a play that involves stopping the run, I'm sure, right? I mean, CMC's on the field, so I doubt they're going to run it. Or I doubt they're not going to try to pick it up on, and they're actually going to try to pick it up through the air. And the Chargers caused Bridgewater to throw it out of bounds there.
They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win.
Okay. Okay, game.
Touchdown Panthers. Robbie Anderson.
Let's be honest, the game kind of screwed us out of keeping them to 3 there.
It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, fourth down, they went for it.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Okay.
And they had to wait a long time.
Herbert takes the snap, hands it off to Eckler, runs it to the right side of the field, and gets down to the 32. If I'm Herbert, I'm trying to get these guys to, you know, get to the line, but don't hurry, but don't take too much time here. Eckler goes to the right side of the field, up to the 39.
First down pickup of 8.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position.
Herbert fakes the handoff to Eckler, finds Mike Williams for a catch and a gain of
993 yards and 8 touchdowns.
I think 8 there.
Top 10 in the league in
Not bad.
receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go for one personality.
Herbert flanked by Eckler here. Herbert takes the snap, backs up, tosses it to Eckler on a screen pass. He gets the appropriate blocks and gets down to the Carolina 23. Big gain there.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys.
Herbert finds Henry there for a gain of 5.
Brings up second down.
Comes out in shotgun again.
5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To the air.
Herbert to Eckler, who gets down to the 16-yard line now.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a
Herbert
lot.
flanked by Eckler.
Is simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly.
Herbert finds Mike Williams there, who does end up getting the first despite starting behind the line to start that run.
He gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. To the air again, Herbert.
Ooh, a flag there. I think that was holding.
We do have a penalty flag down.
Oh no, pass
Let's see
interference.
what that's about. And since the penalty
That puts it down at the 1.
Ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And again, Herbert.
Herbert was rushed there, unfortunately. But down on the 1, it looks like they have a plan kind of put together here.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Herbert throwing again to the end zone, but it's
broken up in the corner there.
The intended receiver, but now it's third and goal. And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
Herbert finds Gabriel for a touchdown there.
Taylor Gabriel, as the first half is winding down, and the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing
Justin Tucker kicks the extra point, and the Chargers have tied the game with 13 seconds left in the first half.
Before the start of this drive, let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next
Feel like
drive.
they're gonna run it, right? Actually, I'm not gonna take any chances
Not sure how
here.
aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
All right, that ends the first half. We're going to watch the halftime show this time. If we decide not to do so moving forward, we'll skip it.
As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started out in Denver. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head eastward to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Phillip Rivers has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 20-14, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team...
Alright, there you go, guys. The Chargers will look to slow down this Carolina offense, hopefully hold them to 3 or less, and then take the lead before it gets too much time taken off the clock.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good
looks
about
like
what their
Murray.
offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what
Can't tell who
adjustments are
helped
being
Murray
made
make the
defensively
tackle
to try
there,
and get a
but
spark
there's 2
and maybe
defenders
slow
there to
down
make
the
the
other
tackle,
side.
thankfully.
Change up anything on this
Take
opening
Christian
drive?
McCaffrey
Not
down
offensively,
quick.
you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your
And
game
Casey
plan showing
Hayward
you.
wallops
Catch, good for 5. It's
Curtis
3rd down.
Samuel right out of bounds there.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down.
And Bosa with the pressure keeps Bridgewater from completing that.
When we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Okay, Carolina punts the ball. Fair catch called by Desmond King, and we will start at the 29.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points.
Eckler gets the handoff here, runs basically right up the middle, and gets down to the 45, gain of 16. Strong first run there.
And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do in the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points?
Break this tie.
Herbert takes a snap, tosses it to Eckler, who gets only 1 yard
And
there.
he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of
Single
steam
back
come out
set
the
here.
backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right
Henry's
there
put into
waiting,
motion
and they stopped
here.
him for a minimal gain.
Ball is snapped, handoff to Eckler, who runs it to the left side of the field and gains 2 there.
48-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Takes the snap, throws it to Henry there, who trucks over one man and gets down to the 41-yard line of Carolina. Henry getting some crucial catches here. And so far, he might be one of the reasons why the Chargers have these 2 touchdowns, despite not catching any of them. Eckler gets the handoff here, gets a gain of 4.
But the biggest obstacle he's had is just staying on the field. Ended up missing all 2018 due to injury. When he's right, he is one of the better tight ends and better targets in the AFC West.
Herbert takes the snap, throws it off to Eckler, who runs to the left here and gets down to 33 of Carolina.
And they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. Nice
Herbert finds Henry again, who breaks a tackle on the catch and gets down to the Carolina 20. 158 yards for Herbert and 2 touchdowns.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who
takes the handoff to
Eckler
there, and then tosses it to David Njoku for a gain of, I don't know how much that was. 12-yard gain there. For Herbert finds Njoku, who just shifted to the wide receiver spot right before this game, actually. So that's a good start for him, I think. Herbert finds Eckler, who doesn't get anywhere, and he loses 2. In fact.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you
and
need
it looks like they're taking a little more time to
to
figure out what they're doing next.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Tested the coverage. And Eckler gets it down to the touchdown, actually. It looked like it was going to be down at the 1, but Eckler kind of just powers right in. And that's 3 touchdowns for Herbert again today. Tucker kicks the extra point, and the Chargers have now taken the lead by 7.
Because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly.
Herbert has not had a 100-yard game yet, but this might be the day he does it if they continue to let him toss the ball in the 4th quarter.
Fielded in the end zone, and he'll just take a seat.
Pause for a second. Okay, guys, I'm going to add maybe a minute to the quarters. Instead of, I think, 6 minutes, I'm going to make them 7, maybe 8. Because I feel like the production just doesn't make sense right now. Even on, like, games where we have, like, big games. Ooh, Bosa coming right off the edge and just flattening Christian McCaffrey there.
That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Walker with a grab, left side.
And Teddy Bridgewater gets a gain of 2 there. And that ends the 3rd quarter. If the Chargers can bring pressure here, they can get... Oh, it's already 7-minute quarters. They can get a stop here. They might be able to hold the ball for the whole entire 4th quarter. And Hayward forces out the receiver there. And the Chargers have indeed forced a punt here. And Desmond King's not going to bother trying to return this.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
Okay, looks Herbert's coming out here to see if he can do any more damage.
At their own 23.
Herbert takes the snap, looks left, fires left, gets Austin Eckler here again. Austin Eckler has been his read a lot on these passing plays, and I don't know if it's by design, but it's working, so why change it? Looks like they're calling an audible here at the line of scrimmage, sending Williams in motion. Snaps it off, hands it off to Eckler, who gets it down to the 35. Short yardage situation. Herbert went ahead and handed it off to Eckler there. Lines up with Eckler flanking him. Herbert 7-yard line, gain of 12. Lines up with Herbert lines up with Eckler flanking him again. And Eckler gets put into motion here. Takes a snap, throws it to Henry here. And Herbert to Henry has been a big storyline so far in this game. And they're lining up with Eckler still flanking Herbert here. We're not quite sure what their plans have been, but so far this certain formation has been working all game. Njoku with a catch from Herbert on a slant route.
He's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards, the final tally.
And the question is, if you're LA, do you take a go ahead and do a run play here? Who knows?
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Herbert does indeed hand it off to Eckler, but he only gets 2 there. So maybe they weren't as loosened up as Herbert thought they were from all the passing.
Backed up in the red zone, another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive
Herbert
teammates is
finds Gabriel here. Gabriel does make the catch down at the 4-yard line of Carolina.
this game's over.
He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Operating from the gun. Herbert
Puts it high there, but Njoku ends up dropping
That
it.
was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Herbert takes the snap,
The gun. Herbert
looks left, fires left, and does not get his feet down.
He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, but now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Herbert takes the snap, rolls right, throws it, and it's deflected away from Taylor Gabriel
Good
there.
drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down.
Justin Tucker comes out to kick the field goal, and it is good. Chargers go up by 10.
Kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a
Justin
two-score
Tucker
game.
looks to kick this off, and this will probably be the last drive Carolina gets a chance to actually drive down the field with.
Now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard.
I don't think the defense is going to expect any runs here. I think they're going to just bull rush him and hope to get a turnover here. So far,
They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8
all right,
yards
3rd and
there.
2 for Carolina. The 2-minute warning just now passing.
In this football game.
So they have a chance that they can get some good yardage, but I don't think the Chargers defense is going to allow too many big plays here. And actually an interception by Kenneth Murray here. One of the few turnovers this team has gotten.
Now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Obviously disappointing.
And now the Chargers are going to have to put this game away on their own here.
Some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception
Justin Herbert takes the snap, looks left, looks right, finds nobody, fires it to circle, almost picked it. Sorry, fires it to, I think that was Njoku who was trying to get it to.
Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Herbert flanked by Eckler again here. Takes a snap, looks, fires it to Eckler, who, Bulaga could not get the block there. If Bulaga gets that block, that probably would have went for at minimal a first down there. Herbert flanked by Eckler again. Takes a snap, looks left, fires it to Eckler, tipped twice, and just falls incomplete. Chargers could have just ended the game there, but I think they were trying to pad some stats, and it did not work out well for them. Tucker comes out to kick another field goal gets it through. It's now a 13-point game. That basically puts the final nail in the coffin there for the LA Chargers to finish this off.
Anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Bridgewater and the Panthers now down by 13, a little over a minute and a half remaining. They're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now this pass rush is going to be hungry for some sacks here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last
And
drive.
Bridgewater just throws it away. Doesn't even try to really give his receivers any chances there. Bosa is coming off that edge really quick, wanting to just hit Teddy Bridgewater at least one more time, I think.
Gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gives them 6.
And ball is deflected by, it looks like Perriman there. And, ooh, CMC does get the first down there.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Okay.
And it's
Drop pass there again.
Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And again, it's Bridgewater. Oh, he dropped it.
3rd and 10 now for Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Bridgewater again. And that is incomplete.
Another drop, 4th and 10 now.
Go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good.
Bosa seems to be putting pressure on more often than not. Christian McCaffrey going out wide now.
Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th.
And it's broken up last minute.
To go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mike Williams with a catch there. I mean, they were going to call that timeout even if the Chargers just need it. So,
As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go.
and I think they, once again, I think they are just trying to pad their stats a little bit more here. They know Herbert's not doesn't have an amazing passing yardage yet, so that might be what they're doing. Broken up.
Could have been a game changer there in the second half.
And Chargers call a timeout. Looks like they were about to need
The
it.
Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
But also, you have to remember there could be potential tiebreakers when the season comes nearing closer to the end, where these points they're going to try to probably score here could come into play heavy into deciding where they rank in the playoff race.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And Allen was not able to get the hands on the ball there. This is a 55-yard field goal for Justin Tucker. Remember, Justin Tucker has hit from 61 before. Justin Tucker makes a 30-14 game. That definitely seals it there. Tucker did need a couple more makes here. His confidence was probably low when he got that first one blocked on opening night. So to now be 5 and 6 on field goal attempts is pretty good, especially when he hits one from 55.
Wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Bridgewater on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's
and it's Murray, I think, there for the tackle.
Good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the
and looks like Bosa almost got to Bridgewater there.
Incomplete. Just
Kenneth Murray's coming in motion here.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Here's Bridgewater. And that's incomplete.
Ball knocked away there by the Chargers defense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater.
Almost a pick there, but does not end up staying in anybody's hands. And yes, guys, I know as a player you guys are going to be like, don't run up the score, but at the same time, I am trying to get Herbert Rookie of the Year, and it won't happen if he's not getting a ton more yards than what he's getting right now. So, at least get one more good throw there. 263 yards and 3 touchdowns for Herbert today.
For the LA Chargers, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half.
Okay, so let's see how everyone ended up finishing today's game. Herbert, 28 of 39, 71% completion rating, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. 57 yards for Eckler. I know I could have gotten him more, but I just felt like after that first fumble, I didn't want to push it. No sacks made here. No sacks on either side, I don't think. Kenneth Murray did get the interception. A tackle for loss for Murray, King, and Bosa as well. Kicking, Tucker was perfect today, and we didn't have to punt once, so good game all around for the LA Chargers there. Hunter Henry gets an upgrade point here. It'll go towards deep threat. He gets a lot of things up there, actually. Rashawn Jenkins, the starting free safety, we're going to put this into zone, making him a scheme fit. Our 4th or 5th or 6th or something like that corner gets an upgrade to become a 66. I think he got zone and man up there, so good upgrade altogether. We're going to give Easton Stick the scrambling archetype. He went up by 4 awareness, but that's doesn't really help us out. And we're just going to put Agile into this random 50-something overall player. Okay, so the Chargers finish up Week 3, still having a 3-0 record here. Let's see if any of our players here ended up winning a Team of the Week, or Player of the Week. They do not. However, before we end this episode, let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get Hunter Henry signed to an extension here. He took the franchise tag last offseason. We're signing him entirely here, and it looks like besides, I'm going to keep Perriman probably for these guys up to this point. Maybe Nick Vigil, Kevin King I will keep, but a lot of these guys are probably not going to stick around. Gabriel I'm definitely going to re-sign Week 16 if he keeps up his production. Let's go ahead and do our scouting. We're going to do everything now so that when we start the next episode we can just get right into it. Now we are going to be looking at linebackers here. Even though I know Drew Tranquil is out with an injury, I do still need to plan ahead in case we need to draft more linebacker help. And we're going to go ahead and do the training. I just sim both training, but I make sure that it's set to the ones I've done, or the one I've done. I haven't done any on defense yet, just because even though I know it's all pro, for whatever reason, you can never get golds in the defensive. So, yeah. And good job there. We got 450 experience for each of those guys. A couple people have upgrades here. Joe Reed, our 4th string wide receiver at this point, I believe, gets an upgrade point. Good for him. Our backup left outside linebacker gets one as well here to go up to a 66. Justin Herbert himself gets one, and we're going to put this back in the scrambler to get him his archetype back. to being a scheme fit. Mid, short, throw on the run, and throw under pressure all went up. His ratings are getting better. We're going to just keep going into archetypes that improve his pass accuracies. And with that being said, we now have sole divisional lead here. I think we had it after Game 2, but now we have it for sure after Game 3. So next episode, we'll be taking on the Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And real quick, before I end this episode, let's see how many... Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more undefeated teams left. I don't know if we play any of these undefeated teams during the year. But so far, great season. Hope to see you guys in the next episode. If you have any trade requests that you think I should do, leave them in the comments below. Also, leave your feedback on commentary and anything else you believe that can help me make this series better for you guys to watch. But I'll see you guys in the next video.